my name is David Flowers, the founder and director of Man Who Desperately Needs a Haircut, and I come to you from my office, the floor of my apartment, where I have just spent about 20 minutes realizing I did not hit the record on my microphone, so that's fun. We have a fundraising update thanks to a generous donor who we cannot reveal until the check has been processed. We now have, at the time of recording, about $3,500 towards our initial $5,000 fundraising goal, which is super exciting and allows us to move forward with full confidence and get contracts issued and finish up all of the logistics for the concert and go straight into music preparation. So it's great timing. Also, tickets go on sale tomorrow. A full adult ticket is $30. If you have a college ID or are 13 through 18, you can get a ticket for $20, and if you are under that age, then your ticket is $15. We also have our first community sponsor to give free tickets to. We are partnering with Arc Kids Boston to donate the first 15 of our donated ticket bank. So we're very excited about that. But why are we here today? We have $1,500 more to reach our initial fundraising goal, and in order to do this, we are going to do a micro donor drive, and in order to introduce that, I'm going to tell you a very short story. My first year out of college, I taught in-home piano lessons, and so I would drive from house to house and teach piano lessons in people's homes, and two of my students were a pair of twins, and one day I arrived, and one of the twins was off at a soccer match, and the other was recently coming out of a migraine. And so as someone who also suffers from migraines, I empathized with the small child and said, we don't have to do a lot of piano today. Let's just talk about the song that we're going to write. And so I asked her what we should write a song about, and she said pretty quickly, a squishy staircase. And so I asked the normal following questions that I do when we're working with, prompts for small children, which is, how do we feel about the squishy staircase? What is the story of the squishy staircase? Why does this topic fascinate you? And thus was born the Squishy Staircase Blues, which, if you talk to anyone that has known me for the past several years, I have never been as proud of anything else that I have written as I was of the Squishy Staircase Blues. And maybe that says something about the quality of everything else that I have written, but I choose to believe that it says something instead about the quality of this song, which is just a great piece of work. And so, if we can find 100 donors at the $10 level, or maybe more than 100 donors at smaller contributions, or maybe slightly fewer at slightly more, any way we can get to a mass of small donors at about $1,000. But the goal here is going to be 100 donors at $10. Then I will finish and record and release for your pleasure the Squishy Staircase Blues, my magnum opus, which might just be not just the most adorable song ever written, but the best song ever written. Part of the reason we want to do this is because the future of the Shift Orchestra project, we envision an online arm a la the YouTube channels produced by Complexly and PBS Digital Studios, where we have educational content that we can produce about instrumental music more generally, not just classical, but all of the other genres that inform the contemporary classical concert scene. If we can come to our potential board members and say, we have, hundreds, at least dozens of supporters from, all over the states initially, then they might begin to think, well, maybe there's something to this online educational platform, maybe there's something of interest. Or we can take it to a production partner and say, here's at least this initial group that is interested in this idea. So it would help us on two fronts. So if you would like to contribute at a small rate in a way that not only allows us to produce this amazing concert, the Mass for the Endangered, with this already large community that we've gathered around Boston of arts organizations and sustainability nonprofits and performance arts organizations and individual artists, of course, and also help bring into the world the Squishy Staircase Blues. then I beg you now, urge you now, welcome you now to click on the link in the video description, or I'm sure there's a link wherever we've decided to share this video, and join our efforts to produce this campaign. Thank you so much. I will speak to you again probably, but now I must go into Tech Week for the Music Man. Should I do a sign off? Bye.